Hey guys, Sandy from Sandy's Guitars here, and I got a new one for you guys today. This is the Duesenberg White Drive pedal. Now, I gotta be honest, I wasn't even aware that Duesenberg was making guitar pedals. I guess they did this, I don't know, I think it was like 10 years ago or something. Actually, 15 now that I think about it. We're in 2025, it's not 2020 anymore. Ew. How'd that happen? Anyway, I picked this up in a trade maybe a month and a half ago, and I've been messing around with it, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed with this. It's pretty basic, okay? You got a drive control, a tone control, and a level control, and it essentially does exactly what you think with one extra catch. So there's a boost function. This can act as, it's more accurate to say this is a boost and an overdrive. So if the tone knob is in the 12 o'clock position, it doesn't affect the tone coming out of the amplifier at all. It's straight guitar, a boost in volume, and then out to the amp. That said, there's also, it says if you left strike it, which I think means if you turn the drive all the way to the left, it just acts as a boost. So yeah. I like the look of it. Again, I wasn't even aware that Duesenberg was making guitar pedals, and for those who don't know what Duesenberg are, they're a guitar company from Germany. They were started about in '86, I think it was, out of Hanover, Germany. I guess they recently just opened a branch in California, but they make really high-end, nice guitars. They are really nice guitars. I don't own any of them. They're a little out of my price range, but I gotta say, awesome instruments. I have had the privilege of trying one out at a shop one time, and it was a great guitar. It was also like $4,500. So, yikes. They're pretty expensive, and I don't think they have like a budget line or anything like that. Which, you know, Duesenberg, if you're watching, maybe look at a budget line. Well, a lot of us can't afford those prices. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so this is the Duesenberg White Drive. There was a line of guitar pedals that they made. This is the boost/overdrive. And this is actually the first version. So from what I've gathered just from reading online, there is a White Drive 2. And I guess they made some adjustments to it. But I just have the original. So anyway, White Drive. Let's test it out, see how it goes. Shoot, before the demo starts, I should mention what I'm going through. I'm actually going through my simplifier, okay, from Humboldt, and it's on a Fender amp setting. That's going straight into the soundboard, straight into the computer. I should probably mention what guitar I'm going to be using for the demo, and for this one, I'm going to use my Gibson Firebird. I haven't featured this guitar much on the channel, but it really is actually a personal favorite of mine. This is a great guitar. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, we're back, folks. So here is my clean tone. Again, this is the Firebird neck pickup. And that's into my Humboldt simplifier. All right, and I thought we'd first check out the boost function. So here we go. So I got the drive. It's completely to the left. And the level is pretty much right in the middle, I think. Yeah. And the tone is in the middle, right at 12 o'clock, which is supposed to add like nothing to the sound. So here we go. Sounds like a Fender amp to me. Overdriven a little bit because it's boosted, of course. All right, so let's get into some overdrive. Actually, first I'm going to show how the level kind of works. Now we're at around, I don't know, about 3 o'clock or so. Yeah, works as it should. So it makes a good boost pedal. Okay, we're gonna turn the level down a little bit. Drive. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mess around with the tone control a little bit, and I'm gonna do kind of a lower drive setting, mid drive, and then maxed out. Fun times. Okay. So the tone knob pretty much functions just as any other tone knob would, except with that one exception being when it's in the 12 o'clock position. So if I turn it all the way right, it increases the treble tones. And left, it reduces the treble. Now I've reduced the treble, but I'm also in the neck pickups. Let's switch to the bridge. Now for fun, I just turned the treble up, way up. Definitely pretty trebly. Also got to be said, I mean, this is a Firebird. They're pretty trebly to begin with, especially at least in the bridge position. Turn that down a little bit. Drive's at roughly 2 o'clock now. Neck pickup. for fun, I'm going to go to the bridge pickup and I'm going to turn the treble. I'm going to max out the treble, just see how, like, one thing I do like about this pedal is even when it's the treble on it, it's not really ice picky, you know? It still kind of maintains the bass character, but let's max the treble just to see what happens. Like, if it's going to be ice picky, it'll be now. I mean, it's the bridge pickup, it's a Firebird, they're pretty bright to begin with. You know, it's pretty trebly, but I mean, it's not completely unmanageable. I've certainly heard worse. That's pretty good. All right, let's turn it down a little bit, though. I kind of like it right there around like 2 o'clock or so. Go with the neck pickup. Should also note, I got the tone knobs maxed out on the guitar. You know, I always find like the neck pickup on a Firebird is really not talked about enough. Anyway, I promised I'd max this thing out, so let's do right that right now. There we go. I am completely maxed in the drive. I like it a lot. Bridge. Great for blues rock. Great for all the vintage kind of stuff, too. I don't think this is the pedal you'd want to go for if you're doing like metal, that sort of thing. But if your aim is like blues, classic rock, that kind of thing, this fits the bill quite nicely. Anyway, yeah, that's the Duesenberg White Drive. Why am I always having trouble saying that? Duesenberg White Drive. See you in a second. Well, that was fun. So I really picked this up in a trade, like I mentioned before, and I grabbed this guitar. I traded a guitar, and I got a couple of pedals and 1 or 2 cheaper guitars that have been featured on the channel already. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. It's a great little pedal. Not much really to say here. I've been really impressed with it. I mean, it's pretty old. I mean, this has got to be at least 10, 15 years old at this point. But holds up like a charm. And yeah, check them out. You can find them on Reverb. They're obviously discontinued at this point, but you can find them on Reverb. I saw the prices. They were going from like $175 to about $250. So that would put this as a slightly higher end pedal, which, I mean, given the fact that it's Duesenberg, that's not exactly shocking. But anyway, yeah, fun little pedal. If you can grab one, if you see one on the used market, check it out. And yeah, Sandy's Guitars, as always, like and subscribe. I love doing these demos for you guys. And let me know if you have any experience with any of the other Duesenberg pedals. They did make an entire line of them. And I mean, they're just really hard to find nowadays, I guess. Yeah, Duesenberg, start making pedals again. But anyway, like and subscribe. And as always, this is Sandy's Guitars. I'm on all the social medias, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X. You can check me out there too. Sandy Guitars. Take care.